Hello, everyone. We'll be getting started in a few minutes here. Alright, hello, everyone. We'll be restarting with mild vocations just so we have the the choices between everything. But we will be hopefully getting through at least most of the game. And we will let some cutscenes play out. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day.
Honored guests, lend me your ears. Long has our Fevrimon suffered, without a true monarch to guide her and her people. Decades have passed since last His Majesty Erland sat atop the Draken throne. Long have we endured, yet it has not been for naught. At last, the bell has tolled on the age of the Council. At last, we may celebrate the coming of our rightful ruler. The return of the Sovereign.
And here we are.
My word! Such an inspiring visage.
Your Majesty shall have my eternal fealty.
Your Majesty, oh how long I have awaited this moment.
Seems like everyone's happy to greet us here. Not too sure about drinking that.
Behold, before you sits the rightful inheritor of the Dragon throne, chosen by the dragon as its enemy. Behold and rejoice! Fortune!
Such a weird way to pick a sovereign, by the way. I guess then again, they're using the dragon's judge of character as a, you know, way of doing it.
Let all present pledge their allegiance to the sovereign. Let us be
Somewhat,
united
in some ways, I guess it
that
works.
Our allegiance reign will ne'er end. Long live the sovereign of Vermont!
Arisen, thou who wouldst slay the dragon, if thou seekest to behold this world in its true aspect, abandon thy reason.
And this is the dragon speaking to us, by the way, for those wondering.
Both. I ask thee to demonstrate thy will, for naught but thine ambition can alter the course of the rivers of fate.
And here's where we'll get started. Seems we were kidnapped and taken away from our lands here.
Now, which one of you was it? No need to be shy. I've just got to take down a record of your name and face. Come on, step forward. Aha! I thought I recognized you.
And we'll be using our character from the previous playthrough. Which, yes, they are intentionally looking goofy. That's the whole point.
I ill like that look in your eyes. 'Tis queerly brazen for a paw. Most of your kind have eyes blank as a cadaver's. Mayhap 'tis only natural, seeing as how you rise from the dead. There's aught different about you, though. Could it be that worry not, vessel? 3 days here, and you'll be longing for death. Come along, you feckless dullards.
Oh, such a rude way to treat us. Hopefully we'll get a chance to, you know, correct that, attitude towards us in one way or the other.
All ahead, there's work now. I'm tired.
My shift's over. No sign of my
Suppose I ought
replacement.
to be used to this by now.
What do you think you're up to, layabout?
That's just
Get a
showing
move
the, like, overview of the area, by the way. That cutscene. You get that for every new area you explore. But let us follow along for now.
Pray, do not. This
Oh,
is
hey,
no
it's
place
Rook.
for one of your ilk. 'Tis harsh beyond measure. You ought not anger the
Let's see a familiar face here.
Proceed to the site.
Sure how much longer I've got left.
And I believe we're supposed to go down here first. Yeah.
time for you to get to work.
All right.
You were prepared to work. Then you ought be...
Everyone's as tired as I am.
The vicinity is quite cluttered. Pray leap, or that...
Slightly faster jump with stuff normally. These up like stairs and such in this one. In the first game, it was much more time efficient to like jump with stuff.
A job well done. What is this commotion?
Hold on. Maybe an opportunity for us.
Don't think I'll stand for this.
We'll just have to see.
No, the damn thing's been awoken. You but fell that fiend, even at the cost of your lives. Get me out of here! Now!
And it seems we'll take up arms and fight it ourselves.
Observe your foes carefully and attack as the situation demands.
Make sure to hit its head first, if anything. There we go. And we've driven it off already.
Are you unharmed?
You ought flee while you can. After all, your charge awaits you. You cannot linger in
For now,
this
we'll
place.
listen to the Pathfinder here.
You have lost your memories. 'Tis surely the work of a foul curse, but worry not. You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Who said we already didn't? We didn't already. And it looks like they have some influence over the pawns themselves, even.
Oh, you! Get back here!
This way, Arisen! Come this way. Let us flee.
And we should be able to get out of here quite easily.
Let's jump. That is the only path forward.
In sync with Rook at the end there.
No one could survive a fall from this height. Not even a pawn.
Good thing we didn't fall all the way down.
Don't just stand there! Shoot it down!
It's getting away! Bring it down! Bring it down!
Go now, lost
Oh,
soul.
it looks like we escaped scot-free.
Learn all you can of this world you must protect.
And here's our introduction. Good thing we're not getting hit by any of these stray arrows. Doesn't look too good for a griffin there. Oh no. Well, looks like our ride's over. In just a little bit here. Yep. That's unfortunate. Guess it's back to walking around on foot. Well, so far it seems we're unharmed. I can't say the same for Rook, I guess.
Pray, keep your distance, Arisen. Worry not for me. The brine may swallow me whole, but I will not perish.
Yeah, we won't either.
Far from here, known as a riftstone. Pray, seek it out. If you're truly the Arisen, then our paths will surely cross again.
I'm not too sure about that. I don't know if we'll hire you back.
Oi! Are you alright? What happened here? A griffin appears one moment and falls the next. And now you was it you then? The one who was right. It is a wonder you survived. Accompany.
Well, I guess we'll accompany him for now.
Where exactly is this jail you say you escaped from, anyway?
We didn't say anything yet.
Where are you going? I'll not force you to receive treatment, but I'd at least like a word.
Well, then hurry up. We don't have all day. Move a little faster for us. We're only following the path after all.
Fine! Goblins! Let's take up your weapons, sir.
Well,
We'll be needing it.
not too bad.
There are oft items to be scavenged from the bodies of monsters and their ilk. If you're not squeamish about picking at their bones, that is. Have you beheld the dragon as yet? I count that a lesson. I know for sure that it is a beast, hell more fearsome than one need only look to
And there we go.
the state of the village.
There's all the goblins finished.
Still, I can hardly believe it. A griffin of all.
Go ahead and gather some of this as well. And let us see what else we can find.
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
At least they recognize
What
us.
is this? Pawns. They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
You seek the Riftstone,
Says who?
do you not? We can take you to it. Pray, come this way.
Who says we can't be an Arisen?
Before you stands a Riftstone.
We have clear proof right here.
'Tis a gate by which we of the Pawn Legion may cross o'er into this world. Pray, summon your pawn. Simply paint with your mind's eye the loyal attendant whom you would have serve you.
Well, let us call forth our old pawn. And there we go.
Well, I'll be. A pawn. You truly are the Arisen, then. Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen.
Well,
Fine. This
the other
is
one must be a
beyond my
fake.
ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away. I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns.
Now, hopefully we can get our actual
You've
armor
no
now.
memories, you say? Mayhap you could make for Melv, then. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon.
And we'll go ahead and skip the region cutscene there. Let's go get some of our old gear.
Boy there, my pa always used to say, aye, being armed is better than... You should stop by the inn in Melv if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Well, I guess we can't get our old gear
Going out,
just
are you?
yet.
You ought at least rest for the evening. Only don't go rushing off before you're ready. Take...
Fine. We'll go ahead and use
Boy
the
there,
rest
my pa
here.
always used to say, aye, being armed is... You should stop by the inn in Melv if you get the chance.
We must rest, though the sun is...
Well, it seems our pawn has returned.
To this world I return. Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Well, in that case...
Hail. You a soldier? We've had to start sending out...
Is that so?
Lachlan.
Aye, I expect he will.
Ocado.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area?
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Say, you seem stout.
Well, I guess we should go help him out.
You've my thanks. And a...
Let us make haste, that no life may be lost on our account.
Let's make sure, you know, we're actually on the right path here. Good, we are.
Ocado is in need of our aid. Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
And we'll continue on.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Get down here. Who are you? You come to aid me.
Well,
That was
pawn was able to catch us at least. Don't really have a good way of attacking the harpies quite yet.
I'll save you.
Actually, hold on. May have a way. Or something to throw. Well, it seems our pawn got him. Luckily. Our pawn, I believe, should still have at least some of their skills they originally had.
We're here, and none the worse for wear.
Now, where is that recruit?
We have found a material.
Hopefully he didn't get killed here. If he did, that's unfortunate, but not much we can do about it. Well, since we won't see him in this case, we'll continue to Melv. First, though, we'll reset our priority quest here.
A visit to Melv might jog your memory, Master. It seems the village yet reels from the dragon's assault. Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
And we'll just follow our pawn here. They know the way.
Come, I'll lead the way.
We'll hire some pawns once we get geared out with our, at least some of our old stuff.
So, this is Melv. The scars.
And let's see what we remember. Well, it seems the dragon's trying to jog our memory here. Let's see how well it works.
That is most unfortunate, but it doth not release thee from thy fate.
We're never looking for a way away from, you know, fighting the dragon anyways, so that works out for us anyways. And it seems we're back in the past, reliving our memories. How we became the Arisen.
Make haste! Get yourselves to safety! Pull back!
And we'll climb over to his heart. And give it a good slicing. Also perfect. Kinda. Oh, that works. That finishes the cutscene for us. Seems we were able to distract the dragon from her. Somewhat. And save her. Also, we got quite charred there. One might even say crispy. If nothing else, this definitely proves we're the Arisen.
From this moment forth, thou art arisen. Charge and all.
Well. So clearly, we've been here before.
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me.
Well. Seems, we also met a familiar face. In a similar scenario.
Thank goodness.
At least someone
How are
recognizes
you
us.
feeling? This is the second time I've watched over you like this, isn't it? Pray, save your thanks. 'Tis only just that I should aid you in, after all. 'Tis only by your courage that I live today. Had you not leapt between me and that drag, I know you suffered for it. Such ghastly wounds.
Well then.
And I could not hear your heart beating. It was a miracle.
That just means we're Arisen.
Survived.
We don't have a heart.
Arisen? I'm afraid I don't understand your meaning. Does it have aught to do with why you were taken to the castle?
Probably.
They said 'twas so that your wounds could be treated, though I fear you have no memory.
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with Arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care.
Well.
Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. The ruler of Vermin.
Funny that no one seems to recognize us properly.
In this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are Arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you.
Well, I guess we have people to find.
We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him.
Yeah, we can.
We may benefit from...
Oh, have you some... Oh, no, I'm not lost. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, but well, as luck would have it,
And we'll
it'd be
help
a
her
shame
out.
to return empty-handed after coming all this way. What? You suppose there's no harm in that? If you're really sure. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. Oh.
We could make the fruit rubberant ourselves, or simply purchase some at Rune's apothecary.
Ah, well met.
And we'll just purchase some. Because I would want to grab most of this anyways.
Here for some...
Grab some healing supplies.
Fruit roberant, are we? Do come again.
And there we
You'll
go.
bring this to the one expecting it.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit?
And
for
we
me?
can deliver it to her now.
Oh, I haven't much to offer in return.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage
Let's
both roles
go
myself.
ahead and, you know what, we'll stick with fighter for a bit. And we'll grab some of our gear. Been a while since I've played fighter on this. Let's see. We'll go ahead and grab this, if anything. And we'll grab our shield as well. From here, what do we want for an outfit? Could just go ahead with, like, some base game gear. Or at least something unenchanted. And we'll do some half plate. At least have some risk. And let us see. We'll just go ahead and grab these pants. And we'll go ahead with this. As for our rings here, where are they? I would like to grab... Oh no, let's see. Where are they? Believe we have some that make it to where we get staggered less, which is what I'm probably gonna end up taking. Yeah. Take at least one of those. I'll take two, actually. We'll keep that on us. We'll keep the sleep ring, or like the one that prevents us from falling asleep for when we have to deal with harpies. And I guess we can take... Where's one for carry cap? We'll go ahead and take that for our pawn as well. And we'll give our pawn... Where's one that gives them health when they defeat an enemy? There we go. As for our armor, or our helmet, I mean, we could go with this. I think we'll just go with the oxhide hood here. Our pawn will take probably the blazing soul. Our pawn will actually get some decent gear. Give him that. Give him these boots. And we'll just give him this.
Enough about
And I'm
me.
probably going to change their
Did
class.
you need something?
What weapon skills do we want here? Definitely equip this. Definitely go with Flawless Guard. Go with Hindsight Slash. And Cloudward Slash. That works. And as for our augments, Zeal is definitely when we're taking Trepidity, Dominance, Gratification, Diligence, and Thew. Alright. Guess we could have our pawn be a sorcerer or a mage for once. Yeah, we can. We could also make him a thief. Yeah, we'll do a mage. We'll grab everything for him. And grab Fireboon. As for core skills, grab them Focus Bolt. Already give them Thew. Gratification for themselves. Subtlety. Dominance. Intrepidity. And honestly, probably just Diligence as well. Alright. And we'll withdraw a staff for them. If if we even have one. Doesn't really look like we do. In that case, we'll just have to wait for that. We can take this, though. We can also give them... what else do we have here? Yeah, we'll go ahead with the spirit coat. We already have some pants for him, actually. So, and we do already have a cape thing about it. And we can give them rings to augment their spell casting as well.
Always a pleasure.
Oh.
Alright. Time to change equipment real quick. And we'll equip one of these. Alright. I guess she can't equip that, never mind. Well.
What does this say?
Well met. She told me all about it. I'm in your debt. Ulrika, now tell me, are you... Perhaps you already know this, but registering... Well now, that won't do. Go on, 'twill only take... If there is aught you wish to
We
know
just
of
did that,
relations,
so...
mayhap I can very well. There is no wrong choice in any... But I shan't take up any more of your time.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can
And
manage
we'll
both roles
organize our
myself.
storage just a little bit more. We do have our God's Banes from previous playthroughs. Deposit these helmets. Deposit the weapons. Okay. Our pawn's good to go.
Enough about me.
And we'll withdraw just a little bit of some of our curatives. And we'll actually give some to our pawn as well. Grab just a bit of our stronger ones. And where's our camps here? Grab one of our elite camps. And just in case, we'll go ahead and take a few Wakestone shards with us. And we may as well carry around our port crystals that we've collected over a couple playthroughs.
Did you need something?
Do come again.
Alright. And
So
we're
this
good to
is
go.
where you've been. Come with. Someone must have the answers we seek. If we ask around, we might just find them.
What am I to do?
Have to follow this person around. And we have two options here, technically. We can do the proper way, or we can go off on our own path.
Ah, you've returned. First and foremost, will you accompany my thanks? Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare?
Go ahead and depart.
Then let us be on.
We'll do it the normal way for now. You can technically... There's a cave system towards the back, right where you land with the griffin, that you can actually use to skip this segment. Though it's a little bit more difficult that way. There we go. I do prefer maces over swords for the fighter. So you'll probably see me stick with a mace for the most part. It's like, he launched his own person there. Yeah, the reason I would keep Flawless Guard on is you can use that as a safety option for fighter. There we go. Go ahead and smack that one. And there.
Arisen! I knew you loved this world too much to leave it behind. Delighted to meet you.
Go ahead and hire him.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Yeah, all the previous times I've played this, I've just kept my pawn to either fighter or warrior. Same with my own class, so I may experiment around a bit more.
Yet not all claims.
Who knows, I may mess with Trickster.
Our king seems they are not let's hope you're not one of them. Regardless, do well not to invite my mistake.
I messed with a lot more on the main character. But the pawn basically just stayed on warrior and fighter. Hopping between those, I should say.
Might we remove this hindrance somehow? If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. Might I be of assistance?
Yeah, we'll have her go ahead and take out whatever she's trying to. Ah, this. Don't even need a ranged attack for that. But we'll go ahead and break it up.
Battle is best avoided here.
And we'll just continue on. Meet up with the captain.
Halt! State your business.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
There we go.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearance.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop...
It is uncertain. This one commands the...
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However...
And who says we're a false Arisen? We clearly have proof.
If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, all's been arranged. Come.
Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Don't mind me. These things happen.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight.
Oh, it seems we'll be walking then. Might as well go ahead and repair these rift stones.
We're in need of a campsite just now.
It is well to be prepared, but over-preparation will serve us not.
There's no such thing as over-prepared. Gotta be ready for anything. And it seems like something's trying to stop us from making it to the capital.
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its rampage.
Let's go see what is causing all the trouble, though.
Lucky us. That's worth taking.
And finish off that goblin. Seems our pawn didn't much care for him. And just zapped him with a bunch of lightning.
Well done.
Finish this one off. And we can smack that one in the back. While it's blocking his strikes.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
Sounds like harpies.
Those helpful magics you cast have worn off.
We'll leave that pawn over there to continue fighting the harpies. As well. And we'll keep moving along. Finish off both these with a single hit. We should probably grab an archer. It seems our party got aggroed to the harpy over here.
Must you run so far? Eyes up! Harpies are upon us!
'Tis weak to fire.
And goblins too.
I'll combine my magic with yours. If you might cast the spell more quickly.
Alright. And let us continue on. We do have a cave over there.
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Have everyone follow us. Make sure you're not getting distracted there.
Or catches the light.
We ought to take a closer look.
It seems the captain isn't quite keeping up. Well, make sure he's still following along. Or is he gonna try and actually... Yeah, he's gonna climb up through... You know what? Hold on. Oh, he fixed. I was gonna say we can just pick him up and run with him. There we go. And we're back to the races here. Just following along with them. Unfortunately, we do have to kind of keep in line with him. Otherwise, as you saw, he'll kind of break and just stand around. But we shouldn't have too much longer here, that we have to keep following him.
What's this? We're trapped.
Oh no, a Cyclops. Whatever shall we do?
Fie! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Alright. We'll just, go ahead and do that. And there we go. Path cleared.
All together now. The attack has won.
Marshal, lead the charge!
I brought you roaring flame.
And there.
You have my gratitude, sir. I had taken you for another false arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Give it to one of the sentinels.
And it seems we no longer have to follow him now.
Granted, you're free to make your own way to the capital now. Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox.
We do have an ox cart here, so we'll just go ahead and take that to get to the capital now. That way we don't have to run all that way, you know?
We're setting out. Jump on if you're paid.
And
I
we'll
see
just,
a ladder,
you know,
but we can't reach
right
it from
along here.
We'll have to get up there and drop it down.
If our ox cart, you know, continues to move, we will at least.
We're setting out. Jump on if you're paid.
Seems we have to wait for them.
Here's the cart now. Do you in very well?
There we go.
Hold the ox.
Go ahead and activate this riftstone while we're here. There we go.
Let me get that.
And we'll hop right on. And we'll doze off so that we get there a little bit sooner. It sounds like we got interrupted by goblins. How unfortunate.
Goblins! What rotten luck! We've need of your aid again, sir.
Well.
Goblins approach!
No need of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
There we go. We did get around the shield there. Use the, what? Flawless guard. And you can kind of spin around the shield as you stun lock it. So it's not a huge issue.
Burnworth isn't far from here. Will you... All right. Into the ox.
And we'll just continue. Here we go. Well, it seems like we've made it to Vernsworth now. Hopefully we meet some friendly faces here. Seems we found at least one. Potentially. If he recognizes us.
I was informed of your coming would be a risk.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Though I admit I had my doubts at first.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our heart.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there cannot... That arisen now resides within the palace. It follows, therefore, that you must submit to questioning.
And how do you know for sure there can be only one arisen?
Myself. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril.
Seems it was a ruse.
I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Your anger is well justified, and I shan't deny you it. However, I am obliged to make...
Well, it seems, the whole curse there was a ploy to get us out of the...
During the time
off
of
the
previous
throne.
console, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found.
Yeah, definitely motive for the Queen to,
Your
you know,
Majesty's very
want us out of
existence is naught but an obstacle
the
to her own
picture
family's
there.
continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a... Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead.
If he knows all this, why does he have such issue, or like such issue, you know, bringing it up and rallying support against her?
I shall devise some plans to further our cause. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no...
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back!
Well,
You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? In fact, there's aught I would ask...
Aha!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait.
well. Wonder who that could be. Go ahead and grab that copper ore. And let's see what there's to do around the capital here.
Ah, yes. I know just where to find this person. Follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Need anything?
And we'll buy some more stuff here. We can go ahead and buy another fairy stone. Some more healing. Grab a lantern oil. And that should be all. Yeah, we'll grab all these. Well, we can at least.
Many thanks.
Well met, sir. I thought so. She's not that girl's always
And it
running
seems
off on
this is
some
the
fool's
person we
errand
helped
or other. Now listen, 'tis
when
a
we bought
match,
the
but
Robrant there.
welcome and well met.
So buy the box. And buy all the Robrant.
Don't think I've forgotten your do come again.
You're a worrywart, aren't you, Arisen? I can handle all our healing needs, I assure you.
Yeah, I don't trust the pawns completely about that. Also, that is a new line of dialogue, as far as I've heard.
Hail, friend.
So it seems like they added a
I've an
bit
eye
since
for
I
people, and
last
I'm
played
in a bit
this.
of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. I'd be
And
much
we can help
obliged
them
if
with
you'd
house
simply
sitting.
consider my home. Oh, sound appealing? Then come on by and
It'll give us a free home for a little bit.
you've come. So, what say you? Would you care to? Many
And
thanks,
we will.
friend. I knew I could.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks.
And we'll rest till nightfall
Shall
so
we
we
get
can
some
go
rest,
meet
then?
Brant.
Up we get. We can expect a busy night.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Alright. And off to the inn.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears.
We'll hear him out. See what he needs.
Now this is a conundrum.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could come. The central players
Seems we have a party to crash.
It would be a fine opportunity. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. Only select members of the nobility and citizens. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. What say you?
Yeah,
Might
we'll
I
help
thank
with this.
you, Your Majesty. The first is Trevo Mine. To the next is
This will
Half
actually
Village,
line up with
west of
another
Burnworth.
quest.
Finally,
Well, a
there is
couple
call
of
for
them
someone
actually.
To locate a group of soldiers.
There is no shortage of
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen of all those
We'll
who
ask
serve
about the
Queen Regent,
magistrate.
I refer to Waldar. Many a time as Disa demanded Waldor, and many a time as the magistrate refused her. For our laws dictate that your Majesty. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the, what say you? Might you be willing?
Yeah, we'll help him out with the magistrate there.
Demands the utmost. Should you be discovered, there is much
And
to the citizenry. As for
Oh.
the first is Trevo, next is Half Village. Finally,
we have
there
one
is a
final
what
thing to
else you
ask
would
him
speak
about.
of, Your Majesty. You will need to infiltrate the palace. I have attempted to do the same through my own channel. Would that I could undertake the task, what say you, Your Majesty? I shall ensure.
And
that
we'll
the
help
doors
him
of the
out.
Queen Regent-
And before we go and head up to ask about the magistrate, there's one thing we should probably do first, if we
I heard
can.
a rumour that this land was once a kingdom of beastrons.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
It is my duty to devote my life to prayer and virtue.
Let's talk to the head of the
Well
orphanage
met,
here.
Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks.
Give him some food first,
Well
though.
met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the many thanks? Hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. You see, one of the children we care for, Malcolm his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building
Yeah, we can help him out.
Old. It could be
No reason not to.
Might I impose on you to
Let us begin by gathering information.
That's just what I was thinking.
Malcolm. Don't know why he bothered.
Go ahead and ask the kids for some information here. Maybe they know where he is.
Is Malcolm alright? We were supposed to go exploring. Wish he'd woken me up.
Making our report ought to be our next priority.
And we'll go ahead and talk to the head of the orphanage here again. Where is he? Hey, look. Some dried potatoes.
Places such as this ought to be protected.
There he is.
Vaults, you say? Ah, but you mention rubble. Come, I fear there's not a prey. Follow me, and quickly.
And we'll go ahead and help him out.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
I believe this is the place to which... Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The pass... Let us make haste.
Yeah, we'll help him out.
What is it, Master? You don't look as if you need my help.
There it is. Forget the hotkey for the lantern for a second there. Go ahead and jump across. And we should find him right in here.
I can't wait to find out what's inside.
Malcolm, thank goodness
There we go.
you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude.
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books.
What was that?
Perhaps we ought to...
Sounds like our pawns are getting into something.
Indeed.
Going off all the noise there. We'll go ahead and open that up. And we'll continue exploring down in here. Let's see what he found.
Heavens above.
Looks like an archive.
Isn't it amazing?
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've never
Seems so.
seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. Might I ask that you not share the existence of the... We cannot allow the knowledge We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy. As for you,
I think
Malcolm,
we have an idea
I
of who
forbid you
we
from
can
telling anyone
entrust
else
it
about
with.
this place.
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, let's investigate this place's secret.
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely at any scholar's...
And we'll take that book, if nothing else. We can examine that. And we'll now go ask about the magistrate. For those wondering, he will refuse to do anything with you until you know about the location of that archive. Hence why we did that first.
To face it, no one's coming to my rescue.
Pick up every little thing you find, and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
Yeah, our pawn's a bit of a loot goblin. Kind of like we are every now and then. If only the pawns mimicked the Arisen more closely like they did in the first game.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
Go ahead and equip the armor we were given. Oh, we don't actually have it yet. See if we're allowed in normally.
You are the... Follow me!
I guess we're doing the acquiring documents first. Seems we have a few allies in the castle, among the guard at least.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards spy you, I will be forced to play my part.
And we'll continue into the castle itself. And we'll head up to the second floor. Should be able to find something up here. Don't mind us. If I'm remembering correctly, it's right here. Yes.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother Aye, Disa is my mother. 'Twas never my intent.
Well, it seems like the kid we ran into was actually the
truth.
prince.
That is no longer a concern. 'Tis clear. My word, you mean to say that could Mother have had a hand in that?
Regentkin Sven appears to be missing from his chamber.
Me? No, sir.
Well,
then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the regent.
Seems
Forgive me.
He's not
Absence
supposed to be
seems
missing
have made
either.
This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look in. I'll head out first and speak with the sentinels.
And we can use this as an opportunity to jump out a window. There we go. Now that we've done that, we can also go to the Gale and free the magistrate. Let's see. Yeah, it is over here. Which, for those
You've come.
who were curious, the Gale key works as a permanent, like, makeshift key. So if you go and take it to the guy who can make replicas, you can actually get a infinite use makeshift key, by the way. And we can go ahead, head over here and talk to him.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Aha! Then we are.
We'll just tell him where they're arisen.
Have you proof that you are a...
Kind of hard to deny where they arisen when we have the, claw mark on our chest.
This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, and what befell him? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading. Escape? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering over.
Funny, he likes, enforcing the law to the letter of it, and making sure everything's run well. But he wants to stay in the cell just so he can read more on the law.
Tell me, does that ring any bell? Oh, to think such a guide me outside then. If you can deliver me from.
And we'll go ahead and show him where the archives are.
Like it or not, I must go where duty calls me.
And here we are. The shortcut out of here. And just like that, though, we've set up 2 quests for being completed. Now all we need to do is go purge the goblins and other monsters from those 3 spots we were told about.
My apologies for the wait. We grew further apart than I'd anticipated.
Our party is reunited.
Aye, this should be far in. If you truly are words may be wind, but there's no mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be.
Well, seems we have someone who can help us out now. Now we have 2 things to report back to Captain Brent. Good thing it's still nighttime. It's funny, for a captain of the guard, he sure does spend a whole lot of time at the inn.
We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Didn't take him for a drunkard. But who knows?
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim, how fared your mission?
And here we can tell him about both of the
Queen Regent's office. This scrap
bits of information that we've uncovered.
Prove little, but 'tis clear that to think it is a surprise, but a welcome one. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by
and it seems like we have an unusual ally in our plot to overthrow the Queen.
There is much we ought to tend to. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. Mayhap it would be prudent to visit the man on occasion. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you?
And we'll go ahead and return the key.
Thank you. Pray.
Alright. Now we have just one more thing we gotta do.
I sense eyes upon us.
And real quick, let me go get our makeshift Gale key. Which does, it is an item that carries over between playthroughs. Let's see, I was real quick gonna check. We got quite a few Seeker's tokens we need to grab. But we'll go to the inn now and grab that key.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right.
Which I believe it should be in this section. There we go.
On the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged.
And now we don't need to worry about keys for the rest of the playthrough. So let's go deal with some monsters.
It seems you've somewhere else in mind you'd rather go. If you've no need of my guidance, by all means, lead the way.
We'll stop by Harv first, if anything. And real quick. Hey, Pillow, how's it going?
I fear I must stray from the thread of our conversation to tell you. I do believe our party would stand to benefit from the addition of a sorcerer.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
I can imagine.
Fear not, you're safe.
Go ahead and take out the rest of this group here real quick. Yeah, I'm guessing something interfered with that.
Precisely when a curative
Well,
is needed, Master.
Something. Sounds like we got a Cyclops or something nearby. Yep.
Cyclops there.
Have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
But I take it not all went well with those plans. Oh boy.
It seems we have enraged our foe.
Rector's opponent makes for easy prey.
Understood.
So, oh.
My magics are at your disposal.
Catching an eel is not horrible. At least something was caught. Oh. Oh.
First and foremost, we'll want to lock it on balance. It will prove a much easier target when lying prone.
Let me guess, he went to a part he wasn't supposed to. And went fishing. I see.
You must cleanse yourself of that oil. Post haste.
Huh. I'm guessing that didn't go over so well.
These ox carts seen better days.
The work of goblins, mayhap?
No room
Eh.
for carelessness.
Oh boy. So not only did he attempt to escape, but I'm guessing they threw on assault as well there, potentially. That's...
Let me be the one to collect it.
Oh.
You're in fine form today, Arisen.
Well, that's something at least. But... Jeez. I don't know what to say there, honestly. Other than, definitely a bunch of stupid mistakes back to back with that one.
I mislike it here.
But
A lurk around every corner.
I take it, he may have still had the fishing. Oh. That is, definitely not something you want to hear. Put it lightly with that one. Oh. Huh.
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
I say we give it a push and see what happens.
The Arisen has been torched. Quick, douse the flames!
Well then. I mean... Well... It's what he gets for, you know, trying to pull that crap. I'm guessing he thought, it would be an easy time, and, well, wasn't. Picked the wrong kind of fight.
I dare say I could topple such foes with my hands tied behind my back. Shall I give it a try?
Sounds like it's been an eventful day, though. Jeez. So he not only lost, but he lost pretty bad, too. And, is now probably regretting it.
My magics are at your disposal.
I'm guessing the cut was just from the struggle and not because he actually had, you know, a weapon or something, hopefully. If so, that makes it even worse that he lost in that case. So badly. It makes it even worse for him, I would say. But good to hear she wasn't too injured, if nothing else. Well, okay. Well, I guess it's clear who won the scuffle, if you just take that into account. That's honestly kind of funny in some ways. Oh, you know he's not a fighter now. If nothing else.
There's a
Hold on.
novel idea. Never seen my own master attempt such a feat.
It is not what I expected.
That's that then.
But it sounds like he got what was coming to him, honestly. So far, at least.
We've more places to go, yes? Then let us be off.
Well, hopefully he actually, you know, goes through with it then and just, like, helps him out rather than digging in the hole deeper for himself there. Oh. How did that go?
Count on me to keep you safe.
Let me guess, the kid tried, you know, covering his ass. Well, if nothing else, he definitely looked like it afterwards, but that is pretty funny that he tried flipping it there. But at least he's out of your hair, if nothing else, now. Sorry you had to go through that.
Good that we might always be so in step, eh?
I knew you would prevail, Master.
A few more victories like that, and we'll have a run in for the hill.
Alright, let's head off to Harv now. Oh, well, at least something good came out of it then. Oh. That's good to hear that, in some ways there is a happy ending.
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
I look forward to seeing your marksmanship.
Let's make sure we're going the right way. Okay, so we'll head back to the main road and then turn to the right. But, at least you don't have to deal with them now, and you had some fun after that whole incident there.
A treasure chest.
Hopefully that visit goes better than the other one there. Well, at least you have something that'll hopefully be a lot more fun and relaxing, you know, for tomorrow, rather than dealing with that headache you had to.
A statue.
We ought to take a closer look.
I'm guessing, sadly, you were never able to recover that bottle of the good stuff.
This party is fit for adventure.
Going off of
Our
how
strengths
things went, at
complement each
least.
other well.
Onward, adventure awaits.
Right you are.
We're almost to
The
Harv.
chest is in a place not easily accessed.
One could almost think this.
Let's see. Yeah, I need to take the other route there.
I felt certain I would find you here, Arisen, and it seems I was right.
Bet that was a surprise for him. Serves him right though for what he pulled in that. And at least you got some laugh out of that.
Is there any way to climb up there? I'm not sure what we'll find, but it might be something useful.
Let's see. Should be through this cave and we're basically there now. Yeah, this is the Saurian cave. So, almost there.
No less purposeful.
Let's see. Yeah, we're almost there.
Trounced our foe well and true.
Take care of this, then we'll just use a rift stone to get back. And we'll just run by that stuff for now.
One of us has been drenched.
Doing well. Had a very eventful morning with the cats that I've got. Because we take two of them outside and had a non-venomous snake like just go up right outside the pen that we've got for him. One cat was freaking out. The other one was basically ignoring it. But we take him inside, and what do I see but that same snake climbing up the fencing of the pen. To where it's just using that. It apparently just wanted to use the pen as a lookout point. Go back out there like 30 minutes later, and it's no longer at the pen, and instead climbing up the brickwork of the house itself. But like, it's a completely harmless snake, but it had no fear of the two cats that were in the pen. For some reason. Mind you, this wasn't even a big snake. This was just like your standard guard. It had apparently... Oh, it had started... After I went back outside, it had climbed up the brickwork of the house. Like, actually started just crawling up the brick itself to reach a bird's nest that was up on, I think it was part of the gutter system, apparently. Some birds had started building a nest, and it wanted to, I guess, go for that nest. Trying to get an egg or something, if I had to take a guess. So it basically goes from like one side of the yard to the other. I don't know why it climbed the fence at first, but my only guess is it wanted to look around and use that high up place for like trying to spot a bird nest or just something. But yeah, the snakes around me can apparently climb quite well.
Tis a chest.
Let us hope your
Here,
curiosity.
let me adjust the game volume. It's probably just a tad too loud if I had to take a guess. Yeah. Probably around right there.
Will be rewarded.
While in another world,
Yeah, it was just a harmless snake. Like, just a standard garden snake. But still very funny that it just approached two decently big cats overall. Just because it wanted to, you know, climb up the fence that they were near. Huh. Do you know what the name of the snake was, or just knew it was venomous?
You've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can.
Hmm. Well then. I know around here there's honestly quite a few dangerous snakes. We got rattlesnakes, we got copperheads, but we also have coral snakes. I'm just happy that one was not venomous or aggressive for the most part. Because mind you, when I say it got close to the cat's byway, it got within maybe a foot. Like, the only thing separating them was the fencing. And it's not like it was looking at the cat as a meal either. It was not a large snake. It was maybe a foot long at most. Well, not a foot long. Probably around a foot and a half. Oh, at least you don't have to worry about that then. In most cases. Honestly, I'm always more worried about poisonous spiders than snakes, because at least snakes, it's easy to identify them. For the most part. If you just get a glance at them. But spiders, spiders are a bit trickier since they're so small. And some of them look very similar. To even tell if a spider bite's poisonous. Yeah, but that tarantula, it's probably meaner, like, for just the painful bite than it is actually dangerous to you, at the very least.
Over here.
Oh yeah, they're large, but they'll normally leave you alone. You really have to mess with tarantulas pretty badly to, get them to bite you, in most cases. Let's see, we're actually supposed to head over here.
Oh, you've come to a dangerous place. Scaly beasts make this their den. A small force ventured inside, though I've seen neither hide nor hair of them since. Seems the battle is... I'll not stop you if you wish to explore, but don't look for my aid if aught goes up.
I didn't realize there was a Ukrainian tarantula, though, honestly. I haven't heard of that one, or that, like, version, or species of it before.
Fine. There's a haze over my eyes. Can anyone hear me? We need help. I don't want to fall here.
Well, I can imagine if it lives over there, it can.
Is this from to draw my last? I'm Sonic.
They'll take having... Oh, well then. It's quite a range.
I am in your debt, sir.
Could you come over here?
I am in your debt, sir. Thanks to...
See, I believe we're supposed to carry him.
That's a rare find.
Or no, it's the other one we're supposed to carry out. Yeah. I'm guessing they also hunt birds on the occasion they can actually catch them if they're that large that they're hunting frogs.
There will be other opportunities
Well,
to leave.
it's a tarantula, of course it is.
Let us follow.
Around that size. But ever seen them up close or just know they're in the area? ahead and finish these Saurians off, then we can get out of here. Have to open this guy, get out of the cave. And that'll be the extermination quest done.
You'll forgive me. I cannot seem to walk. Would you aid me in reaching the end?
'Tis done.
Not a bad idea.
I've seen some pretty big toads. But, not a Toadzilla. I've seen a few that got maybe, like, Oh, yeah, no. I have not seen one that big.
Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow, and mind the ceiling.
Pray, speak up.
I've seen them where they're, like, the side, like, a bit larger than your hand if you were to spread it out, but that's about it. Huh.
I'll encamp the same spell, and we'll overwhelm our foe with our combined magics.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about cane toads. I've heard of those. And they're actually a very awful and invasive species for Australia. I didn't realize they got that big, though. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they're even dangerous to people because the toxin, I believe, can... Oh. I didn't realize it evolved that much that it's considered a new species now. Yeah, that's a very short time, all things considered, for a species to be considered evolved, like an evolution. But I guess when, you know, something's basically just uninterrupted, like, and able to spread like wildfire like those have over there,
Shall I assist?
you know. Yeah, tadpoles, the reason you see so many but see so few frogs normally is because, like, it's a very low death rate. I'm guessing they've somehow increased their numbers. Oh. I didn't realize it'd be that small of a death rate. That's definitely concerning.
My fellow soldiers. Well now. I underestimated.
Because I know they were already basically, like, just a massive infestation. So to hear it's that low, I can see why.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. Here you go.
Let's see, do we... I'm guessing we have to go back and eliminate just a few more.
You've done well this day. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know cane toads got huge, but I didn't realize they were getting that big over there now. Yeah, I believe the only thing that can over there is, I think, is it a variant of the magpie has figured out how to eat and kill them.
Ah, but you believe.
Oh, jeez.
Hold, sir. I'd rethink pressing onward if I were you. The village is crawling with Sori. Forgive me. I didn't mean to startle you. You're the Arisen, are you? Well, that's
Well
something.
then.
We were hoping to reclaim our village, but it doesn't seem we'll have much luck.
So they've not only evolved to be bigger, but the one thing that figured out how to eat them now cannot. Great. I'm imagining they're going to yeah. Good thing they can't survive in cold weather.
Please, sir, do something.
Saurians abound, Master. Be on your guard.
So it sounds like there's a few more Saurians we have to take out. Yeah, at least you don't have to deal with them, right? Though, let's not, push luck too much, or push the luck with that too much. If they can evolve and like thrive in Australia, where else can they thrive? All it takes is just a few to make it to their next spot, and you'll hear about an infestation of them there too.
I dare say we'll have this place livable again ere long. I cannot thank you enough. Long will you, if you happen to pass by.
Imagine they evolve to survive in like negative 30 and like below weather. That'd be ridiculous.
With this, the peril has passed. Still, perhaps we ought to visit the village again anon, just to be certain.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase?
Change species? Or are you meaning how they've the cane toads and how they've technically evolved into a new species?
Hope to see you again.
'Tis most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant when you mentioned that. But yeah, I've seen that where it's a species of basically hermaphrodite-esque toad, or toads or frogs. I can't remember which it is. But I've seen that.
May I show you to its location?
You're a welcome sight, Arisen. As ever.
Nature can be weird sometimes. Because it's not just them. I believe there's also, I want to say, a species of salamander that does something similar. I can't remember the name of it right offhand. It's been so long, but I want to say there's one for salamanders that is very similar with that one. Really? So not only can it change its gender, but it's actually immune to fungal infections.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
Honestly, some pretty severe adaptations there.
This foe is drawn to women as a moth to a flame.
A tendency we might exploit. But to do so would be to court danger.
Really makes you wonder what caused it to like actually develop like that, and what other creatures can too, for that matter. I know amphibians are a bit more likely, I guess, in some ways. Huh. Oh, so they're not a small species either. Well then. Then again, I guess a lot of toad species actually get extremely big. That's one of the main differences between them and frogs. You know what? Fair enough. I'm guessing they evolved like that so they can basically avoid competing as much. Is what caused that evolution then. For like mates and everything. So if there's an overabundance of one, it basically swaps over. That way there's less competition and the species as a whole keeps like growing and thriving.
You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master.
Their master, Saurians.
Well. Yeah, I can imagine, considering, you know, being immune to fungal infections is actually a pretty big, thing for them, since the, amphibians normally have to worry about it more. And not having to worry about water for 10 kilometers is kind of insane on its own. Or having, like, a ability to travel, I should say, 10 kilometers. From water. I can see why those would spread too, especially with the, like, you know, them not having to compete either. With each other, I should specify, except for food. Even then, depends on the region, if they're really having to compete there.
Speak to me another time. I'm on duty.
Go ahead and grab that crimson bark so we can make a few more
Good
robrants.
feeling about this one.
Yeah, I've heard some toads large. Just like, there's also a species of, funnily enough, hermit crab that can get that big too. If you've ever heard of the coconut crab. It's similar where it's like, yeah, those things are freaky. Just because of how large they get, if nothing else, into what they actually hunt.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Because, funny enough, if you didn't know, coconut crabs hunt birds, of all things.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
They're mostly scavengers, but they have been known to hunt birds in their nests. Like, they'll climb up when a bird's asleep, basically. And just, well, you know, you'd probably expect. Yeah, exactly. They're partially due to just their, like, their environment is the only reason they're so big and such. So to hear one that can, well, get as supersized as like something like that, but also spread more is honestly kind of scary if you think about it for in an ecological sense. Because that means it, with the conditions it can spread in, it could become an invasive species in most regions, at least over here. In the US, that would be a horrifying thing to have come over.
Foremost priority is to douse those flames.
And there we are. We're back at Vernsworth. But yeah, there's a lot of weird...
Toward the sea, I espy a distant shore, a land untravelled.
What sort of place might it be, I wonder?
No, I don't know, of it.
Breaking law is to be thrown in jail.
I've heard that jailers are paid a pittance.
I know a lot of
despite the
frogs
hardships of
do,
their work.
like, if they're in colder regions, do go into hibernation,
To
though.
ease our potential warders' suffering and make them an ally to our cause.
Oh, carp in general are just... They're their own breed of, ridiculous when it comes to fish. I know that just from, having a carp over here. Oh, I think it was a carp that just, like, they get so big, they'll actually rip fishing lines if you try and, like, actually reel them in. And they'll eat just about anything they can get a hold of. Oh. So it's not just a bottom feeder, it's also a predator. More so. Well then.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
That almost sounds more like a bass than
Come.
basically with how it would interact with the environment. I guess that's why you have a little bit tastier carp than over there too, if they don't just eat the stuff on the bottom. Yeah, can doesn't mean does. Of course, it's actually got to, you know, catch stuff. And the stuff around it will have evolved to kind of make that a little bit harder, if nothing else.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have your
Or, you know, as some species do, evolve to the point where they don't have to care about it because they produce so much.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies.
Seems Sven is already turning out to be quite the useful ally.
To remain unseen. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to the Regent Kin intends to call Allard to. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned.
No, I haven't even heard of Zagnica. I'm guessing is how that's pronounced.
I shall ensure that the door to the minister. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim, while examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds. I made a curious discovery.
Similar to like an anglerfish, or
now, it seems she has been diverted. What's more, this inexpedient.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've seen those then.
This cannot be
At least something similar to it. I know of anglerfish and a few of the other species like that. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about now. Is it the one that can open its mouth, what, like 3 times its own body size or something like that?
I am glad to hear it.
I want to say.
I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the.
There's one down there I know that, like, can open its mouth basically wider than it is. And eat things much larger than it in some cases. Or, well, about its size, I should say. Probably not larger.
And so, in honor of his supposed valor, there'll be the false sovereign's
then I haven't seen that one in particular, though, then.
Even the matter from way up approaching the false sovereign.
At least as far as I can remember.
What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? My thanks. Some of the sentries posted at the masquerades are under my command. I shall have them ease security once your infiltration is successful. Here. This should take care, Your Majesty. There is one other. Masquerades being as they are, you will require. Much is made of appearances
Really?
of such gatherings, and 'twould be wisest to. There is much we ought to take.
Almost sounds like it would be more like a parasite then, in some ways. I'm guessing it attaches to much larger aquatic animals and slowly, like, eats away at them over time then. Honestly, the deep sea, environment on its own has some very horrifying implications with what stuff can evolve to do. If you actually, look at some of the species that thrive down there. Oh, jeez.
I'll gather these now.
So it's either got a very potent, like, toxin, or has something that injects it, into the body, like, very, deep inside, I would say. That's very weird, though. But that's gotta be extremely potent for it to kill that quickly. They even know if it's like a neurotoxin, or... Well, you said we don't know, so I'm guessing they haven't figured out that yet. But that sounds like the effects of a very potent neurotoxin, almost. Like what you'd get for, like, some snakes up here. Well... Yeah, it almost sounds similar to like how a jellyfish can have such a potent toxin on like its tentacles. So I wonder if it's similar to that then. And it's just developed it to where, you know, partially because they, or visibility down there is extremely poor. It has the light to attract stuff to touch it, and then has a, essentially like a jellyfish or an enemy's kind of delivery system for a toxin. That's horrifying to think about. Imagine, well, you won't be swimming down there anyways, but imagine something like that being up in the upper part of the ocean. You just have to touch it, like, by swimming into it, almost like a jellyfish, and, well, you won't know much more after that.
I'll be here, but standing still is harder than it looks, you know.
Let us proceed to the next
There we
location.
go. Put our light back on.
Shall I lead you to the location nearest here, Arisen?
And we'll go ahead and head over to the...
Eastern edge.
I didn't know about it not... or one that doesn't die. Oh. So it essentially functions almost like lobsters do in some ways, where if you don't know, lobsters are, if I'm not mistaken, functionally, like, they won't die to old age. They're not true, like, immortal, obviously, but they don't, the only time they die is, like, due to illness or injury. So it'd be similar to that, then. That's very interesting. I'm guessing, that one can even regenerate limbs in that, though. Going off of how it sounds. Which... oh. That's, definitely something to look into for future, like, with medicines and such, potentially. Almost like, I believe for a while there, scientists were looking towards, like, amphibians. I forget which one, but I want to say they've looked towards a few for, like, trying to figure out how to reverse the effects of, like, sorry about that, cancer and certain other, like, degenerative conditions, too. Because of how much they can regenerate. And we'll just go go to morning without eating there. I want to say it's the axolotl that they've looked to for, like, researching on how... Because I believe it can basically regenerate without ever developing cancerous growths, more or less. Which is, if you don't know, very unusual when it comes to creatures that can regenerate. Like limbs and that. Normally you have a higher likelihood of cancer, but I believe theirs is so low it's basically... Their chance of developing it is non-existent. Which is unusual due to how cancer develops. And how cellular regeneration normally works. I want to say it's the axolotl is the one that can do that. But, because I know it can regenerate body parts quite quickly. I forget the exact time it would really take. But, it's interesting how we know a lot about biology, but there's still so much to learn about it. Like with, you know, for instance, how cancer develops, because clearly it doesn't develop the same for everything. And that means, technically, that you can have, stuff that develops, better replication processes. And the DNA, I believe, is what I think they've figured out is the cause of them not really developing cancer at all. Where, like, you know how when a cell reproduces, or your DNA replicates, what causes cancer is there's mistakes in the DNA. Basically, and it causes the cell to reform improperly and kind of grow and spread in a malignant sense. I believe what they figured out that causes them to, like, not really encounter, or, like, have it happen is the DNA replication process is almost, if not, it is perfect. It's almost perfect, where they essentially don't run the risk of it. Even though they would regenerate and have more cell replication as a whole. Which, you know, if we can figure out how to implement that for people, even artificially, that would be amazing, and potentially a way to reverse the effects of cancer, even, in some ways. So something to look towards the future with, and to keep up with. But it's very interesting just how much, like, some species can evolve in such unique ways. Actually, I think our mage, yeah, they took out the chopper that's up there. Essentially, you probably would be if we could figure out how to duplicate that for people. Probably wouldn't. Immortality, if you actually think about it in the long run, it's probably more of a curse than a blessing. For the first little bit, it would definitely, you know, seem like an upside, but it depends on if everyone else is, as well. Or if it's just you. Because if everyone else, like everyone you care about at least, is also immortal, I mean, it makes it less of a curse. But if you have to watch people grow old and, like, you know, pass, and you just keep living through that cycle, not really worth it in the end at that point.
I thank you for coming to our aid. And what luck! Nary a scratch on the wares to show.
Perfect. That's all of the
First thing.
Exterminations here. But I mean, I'm oversimplifying it in that respect. Obviously, there's more nuance to it, but essentially, the way I see it, look at it this way: it already sucks having like people grow old and pass, like that you've grown close to.
Let us cast our
Whether it be grandparents, even just friends. And imagine you have to live through that for what's essentially multiple lifetimes. Sure, you get to meet new people, but eventually you'd probably end up being cynical about it because you know you're going to outlive them. If they're not also, you know, immortal.
Shall I pour you a cup?
Which might be why in vampire stories and such you always hear about, you know, or it became the norm for them to kind of perpetuate and turn people and create covens. That might be where that part of, like, some of the mythology with them came from. At least in thought process.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated.
I cannot, at least not often. I've had it happen probably around, I would say 6 times at most throughout my life.
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
But normally, at least as far as I can tell, I don't really even remember dreams, so it's hard to tell.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your Majesty's... You've done a fine job culling those monsters, your Majesty. The number of those who seek out this tavern in the hope... Should you continue to display such valor, and ere it slips my mind.
And with that, our task is done.
It sounds like that could actually be quite fun. If only, like, the terrain part, if nothing else, for, like, if you were to do architecture and such.
Splendid.
Imagine being able to, like, think of something in your, or, like, kind of picture it in the dream, for instance. And then shape it in real life. That'd be awesome. Go ahead and deposit everything here. Yeah. I mean, not a bad reason. Yeah, your dreams are really like a, it's something to look forward to if you know, can remember them, even if you can't. And it's cool just what they kind of can mean in some ways, too.
You know where to find me. The solution is usually, but I'm certain there is...
Go ahead and take our noble suit out there.
Over here.
And we'll head on and go to the masquerade. Huh. That would definitely be fun. Just be able to basically make your own stories that you can continue whenever you feel like.
I'd gladly accompany you into the palace if I could, Master, but my kind are only...
And let your imagination basically run wild.
Our road was a long one.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain... Follow me!
Also, that'd be cool to have an entire, like, D&D campaign, for instance, where you can actually see it play out rather than just, you know, kind of imagining it, like, but not really seeing it. We'll go ahead and do this part first, since she's already having us follow her.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part.
Huh.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside.
Do you recall that package from Batawa delivered to the minister's chambers last week?
I'd see a lot of people focusing on that aspect of it. If only a little too much. But
What business could be so
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive...
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
Well then.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me now. If Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers. I will return presently.
yeah, exactly.
Surely none more
You know, just walk by the magistrate right there and take a letter out of his office right in front of him, by the way. Let's see, where's the open window? There it is.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace.
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, it is you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch.
Now the question, was that based off what you would imagine it would be like from a Star Wars scenario or a D&D scenario?
Would be wise. Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
With the shooting lightning out of the
If anyone
fingertips.
asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered.
Well, I was meaning like, I guess since it's or your imagination, which did you or do you think it was actually based on from that?
Is that all you have to say? 'Tis sweet of you to mind your manners. Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you.
Reason I asked that is, well, I guess it really doesn't matter either way. It's still, you know, lightning from the fingertips and such, and just...
The masquerade is already underway, sir. 'Twill be a long night.
Our first sovereign in decades. Have you heard? There's to be more restrictions on goods.
And what's that? Huh. Now, is that from, like, you can't quite recall how it, or, like, get it just right?
Has something happened?
Or,
have it on good authority
is
that
it
a
just
suspicious individual passed
can't seem to manifest as a whole?
In here.
Open up.
Hmm. So it's more they can't manifest then. Interesting.
Humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground.
Just doesn't evoke the same feeling even if it looks similar? Or is it just you somehow know it's not that one?
Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on then, keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, your majesty. Tell us, your majesty.
So it's innately you know it's not it.
Or
interesting.
shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I
And here is the false arisen, by the way.
Lest you forget.
It's interesting though that even though it's a lucid dream, you can't quite, or you don't quite have full control, it seems, over everything that you can recall. I wonder if it's because it was, you know, from a non-lucid dream to a lucid dream. It's just not. There's some detail that was missing.
I trust you understand your position, your majesty.
Nay, I mean I. As you say.
And how was that?
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
And we finally have the Queen's co-conspirator there.
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape.
Well, it seems we've uncovered another ally.
Come see me in my bordlery.
Huh.
I'll instruct my
Was it a meteor or just enough that you could make out the features of it? Just jump out the back window.
Where did you go, Master? 'Twas dreadful lonesome without you.
do take care not to stray so far.
And we'll re-equip our equipment now.
Next time.
What's this? Come to admire my stuff. Oh, oh. To think my eminence as a collector would reach in the ears of the Arisen. If only my collection were complete. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to be its centerpiece is yet, and 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my... If your curiosity shall not be denied, the man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the...
Shall we seek some answers?
So we have something to do in Batal now.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet
Now
of
let's
foot.
change our vocation real quick to something else. Fighter's interesting and all, but
Greetings. Here we conduct all manner of procedures.
doesn't quite feel right not being Mystic Knight. Huh. Now, when you say vision, do you mean like an instance of deja vu where like you see something in a dream and then have it happen, or something similar enough happen in real life that you know, it's almost the same, if not the exact same? Because I've had an instance of that before. It was very weird. Let's see. We'll move in spirit, and we'll throw on... You know what? Do we have any of the trickster skills?
Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not. You see, and we cannot simply. So regrettably, I cannot. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick will be. He runs the local. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We shall have to scour.
Go ahead and equip that trickster skill, and we'll finish leveling up Wayfarer. Or Warfarer, I mean. Not Wayfarer.
Sir, I trust you fared all right on the roads?
Huh. And we'll keep the boots we already have on.
Much obliged. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right.
Go ahead and deposit the mason shield. It's definitely ominous, though. Go ahead and deposit that, too. Keep report crystals on us. Really?
The roads, despite the hour.
So what was the third one then? And we'll take this incense here. And use that.
One never can have too many of these.
What say we pelt one at the next foe we encounter?
It's our next quest as well. I guess we have to report to Brant for everything first. Well,
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim. I know this sigil well. Let me see. It reads, pray make haste in securing Melv. A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear, though the political situation is stable at present, I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. I will investigate these matters as best I can. Only once we've...
I guess we're making for
There it
Melv.
slips my mind.
I should have placed Port Crystal while we were there thinking about it.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Well, well. He is
Now-
nearly Deesa's puppet then. 'Tis likely
Are
that he
you,
knows naught
or,
of these things. Even were he to
one thing I would at least ask myself is there a reason you're worried about it, or is it just an ominous feeling?
He seems a man of import. Pray, allow me.
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phaser's fellow, but what precisely is their aim?
I guess Fear of the Unknown is another option there too, where you don't quite know what's about to happen, so... That's ominous in its own way.
Oi there, friend. All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. I've been holding off service on it. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry if that's where you come in. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead. Splendid. I knew I was now. The carts only depart at and mind you, don't forget to pay your way before each cart travels with an escort of trains, so anyone thinking of but enough of my Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as come find me when you've delivered that letter.
Let us see this delivered swiftly and in
We can
time.
use this ox cart here to head for Melv. Well, not this one. This one,
I must know.
I'll have to rest here. And let us be off to Melv.
This ox cart's bound for I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
And I'm guessing what's partially unnerving, at least, would be the fact you know you can do that, but you can't quite manifest what's happened already. So it's like, do you have full control, or what is it actually doing? Is at least from the sounds of it. No.
Here already?
Huh.
My ox cart with a welcome change.
Mayhap we can employ a cart.
Seems there's a plague dragon here.
Get yourselves to safety!
You go with them. I'll fell that thing myself. There you are.
That is definitely odd. Almost like it's a lucid dream, but not quite. And we got the hit on the head, but got hit with fire breath at the same time, it looks like. Well, if you can, hopefully it goes well. Who knows, it might be reassuring if you can. If only to know that you could. What would that be? We've almost finished off the dragon here. At least the encounter with it. Well, it seems like it's fleeing.
Show yourself.
Really?
'Twas a lesson in determination. Somehow I knew you'd come. You have my gratitude as well, sir.
Ulrika, glad I am to see you on a...
Forgive me. I'd best go. But I shan't forget this.
So since you know you can at least feel in that, that's also part of the worry, I'm guessing, too, then. Worried about, I guess, at least subconsciously, at least, is it only, like, a feeling, or is it more? Potentially.
No wonder I feel so hollow. Sigurd, you're the current Arisen, aren't you? I pray you do not walk as a style all my own. A patchwork of techniques, honed for the...
Wasn't sure we'd survive. What can I do for you?
All right.
Lady Margaret, you said. She's a kindly sort, I must say.
And there's the letter delivered.
Best report back.
Have to rest for another ox cart. All right.
This might be worth a read.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Yeah, I can see how that would be horrifying. Going off the, just, you know, the sensation alone at that point.
We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
Go ahead and grab that
I
too.
could swear I've seen what's needed here, amidst what we have in storage.
The port crystal is set, but we'll have need of a ferry stone should we seek to make use of it.
Yeah. And we'll head back to Vernsworth now and turn in the quest.
We're saved.
Also allow us to progress now.
Can it be we have no sword wielders in our party?
And that's where the unnervingness, or like unnerving feeling probably comes from. Because if you know you can feel these sensations, but it's the one thing you can't control, what's going to happen? I would assume.
I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Yeah, I can see how that would be very, very concerning. Especially if two of the things you've dreamed... Yeah. Almost like you're sure it's about to happen.
Might I interest you in my hunt?
Let's see what this vendor has real quick. Yeah, we already have one of those. We have one of these. So we'll just grab the dried meat and fruit.
Ball wares. Much obliged, sir.
Shopping is such fun.
We ought to have enough supplies to last us a while now.
Tis as you say.
Alright, from here... Oh, we need to talk to the, And what's that? What are their names?
Ah, you've returned. Splendid. You've been in the cart, reached its destination safe.
We'll go ahead and turn in the ox cart though, and that'll allow us to be able to use ox carts in general, I believe. Because I think they're locked until you do that mission.
Tis as you say.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth.
And we'll rest till nightfall. That way we can talk to Brant. Give him the news about Melv.
Open your eyes, everyone. 'Tis dark out, but our day begins.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
As a reward for your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the... You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion.
Well, it seems we're done with everything Brant needed us to, so we can go ahead and...
Greetings. Welcome to the guild. Where we conduct all manner of...
Yes, I have.
If there is aught I may assist you
At
with,
least
simply
in
say-
passing. I haven't heard the in-depth explanation, but I've heard of it. Where essentially, like, if I'm not mistaken, at least from what I've heard, it's like you have dreams or nightmares that leave some kind of lasting, like, traumatic, like, almost like PTSD in some ways. Where, like, you have a kind of leftover kind of psychological impact, basically, from, like, a very intense nightmare or something similar to that.
You know where to find me.
At least that's from the bit I've heard. That may be wrong. Or at least it may be similar to what I'm thinking about.
Quite the predicament.
If you must go off on your own, there's...
Oh wait, we need to go talk to Brant. That's right.
I only hope you'll return sooner rather than
Let's head back to him now that we've got the outfit, though.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, we've got just what we need tucked away in storage.
Yeah, if total sensory deprivation, I think I heard of a similar experiment to that. I don't know if it's from that far back, though. I think the one I've heard of is a little more recent.
Much we ought to tend to.
But I know that can leave some very traumatic, lasting impact on people. Like, it is one of the worst things you can inflict on someone is total sensory deprivation.
So your Majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Well then.
Master, pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. Commands me.
Yeah, that's not the one I've heard of then. Or something
Sway
similar.
will. Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place. Your
What
Majesty.
happened to the
Plans
sixth person,
before
though?
too long. Let us return to the tavern.
And it seems there's more to these god sways than what we were originally led to believe. Huh.
We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this godsway's prey, allow me time to search for a way forward.
And I'm guessing the dream started shaping what he thought was reality.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this Godsway? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Brant's investigation.
That's just what I was thinking.
Well, that's a horrifying prospect.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in...
We'll rest till morning. See if that's long enough. Yeah. Well, if you can't tell reality apart from, like, dreams, I can see why. And for it to leave a lasting impact.
You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality.
There are worse things than turning it.
The other thing I should be checking pawns for Dragon's Plague.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Including the sixth one that had a completely different result. Huh.
Good tidings, friend. As for me, I made the most. You see, I grew so fond of the destination, and that's when I thought, I can't just give it to you, mind.
We'll go ahead and purchase this house.
What say? Much obliged, friend. I hope you're... Suppose I
Huh.
must be off.
Well, it sounds like the stress from the experiment alone was enough to cause extreme health issues. So even though the others lost basically all signs of personality, they were still clearly deeply affected by it.
If we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Regarding the matter of the Godsway, I fear there is the sigil upon that letter from some... Yet official dealings twixt Batal and Vermund are suspended. With such hindrances in mind, few may pass through Batal's fortress. With some coin, I was able to convince one it ought guaranteed passage through the border check. You shall have to act the part. But as to how that should be done, I'm shamed to say...
So possibly self-inflicted there, though, too. Going off of, like, the context and everything.
Village.
You take care on the road, sir. These are dangerous.
times we live in.
Go ahead and deposit the court raiments.
You know where to find me.
You the Arisen? I've been looked. Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be...
Let's go see what Sven wants from us.
We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Huh.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
Beg pardon, sir.
Yeah, I can see where you are very concerned about that then. Because that shows the fact he was a lucid sleep, or like a lucid dreamer, shows it can actually have an effect on the personality even.
I must ask you to leave this place.
Or like on the person as a whole. Psychologically, at the very least. So I can see where the trepidation comes from there. At least to some extent, obviously.
I heard from Captain Brandt that you plan to... As for me, I've been looking into my mother's movements. 'Tis a letter she discarded, only half written. It seems to be addressed to someone called Phasus.
Well, the same Phasus we heard about earlier when we found out about the Regent being the false Arisen.
I thought it best that you... And if you do, that is only... I am in no position...
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen one or two photos from them, and the conditions you see people in are absolutely awful. And I've heard stories about, like, at least in passing,
I must ask you to leave
about
this place
them.
at once.
Where they're more or less, like, essentially brainwashing. Like, they're trying to get people to believe exactly what they say.
You would gather materials here, Master? Can we really afford to carry more?
And we'll head up to the checkpoint. Go ahead and pre-equip our mask, though, so we can get through unimpeded. I'm guessing because the only ones who well, if any are ever let out, truly, are ones who are completely, like, loyal and obedient at that point, since that's the entire goal of those facilities.
I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
An ox cart ought to make our
And obviously the people working there aren't going to mention anything that goes on either.
Only travel during the day.
I'm about ready to fall asleep on my
Wait for the new equipment. Tiring.
I can't wait to find out what's inside.
And we'll go ahead and head through to Batal.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
A merchant, eh? Have you an entry permit?
So, you seek to enter Batal. Go on through.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually, like, if that's, like, completely accurate either. And, well then, in some ways, in and of itself, leading credence to it even more so. Okay, and we can't use the ox cart just yet. We'll go ahead and leave a port crystal here, if anything.
Now we can return to this location whenever we've a ferry stone to hand.
I'm not surprised they don't. I would be more surprised if they have responded to it, because at least for the most part, if they respond to it, that means there's something going on that you know, they're afraid to come to light. And if they ignore it, I mean, most people can do is say it's hearsay, or like say it's a rumor. At least in their eyes.
So, after breaking free of the chains of slavery that won't this is good, I am relieved to see that you are fulfilling now. 'Twould be advantageous for you and your pawn to visit the rock. Methinks 'tis where you will find that which you seek.
And let's continue on to Batal now. Yeah, it is. It draws very horrifying parallels with the if you remember the book 1984, where I mean a lot of that was based on like real world influences, more or less, of similar things happening. So between like correction facilities, like trying to shape how people think and such. Go ahead and take out this goblin that decided to jump at us here. And it's funny, if I'm not mistaken, the I forget the main character's name, but I believe the country he lives in like the setting for 1984 was actually influenced by stuff that was supposedly going on in China around that time. Hence why one of the, I believe, torture methods that was used in the book towards the end was actually traditional Chinese torture method, where they I forget what's. I'm trying to remember in the end. I think there was a scene where it was they put essentially like a cage or a bucket against them with like rats in it, and they and they threatened to like have them basically eat through the person to escape. Is one of the ones that was, I believe, at least discussed in the book. Yeah. I don't remember the exact character names in the book, so sorry if, like, it's a little confusing which ones I'm talking about there, in some cases. Yeah, I believe that was supposed, at least discussed happening in that facility that the main character was brought to towards the end of the book. And of course, you also have the parallels, even with, you know, some other countries. Like, I believe from, like, some of the influence, for instance, from, like, America in the time, like, during the, you know, Cold War was some of the terminology, like the victory, or, like, the propaganda is basically food and stuff like that. Which draws parallels from, you know, stuff that happened during the Cold War, and World War I and II. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was during World War I, sauerkraut was not referred to as sauerkraut over in the non-Axis countries. It was referred to as, if I'm not mistaken, in what I'm remembering, victory cabbage. And there were some instances like that as well, where basically stuff was Liberty cabbage, that was it. Yeah. Where, while 1984 drew some parallels from, like, you know, China as well, it did pull from other countries for the setting. It wasn't just one, it was an amalgamation of just totalitarian kind of ideas, all implemented into one. In order to, like, show a homogenized, like, totalitarian regime. Yep. And it's scary how close some things get to stuff, even just described in, you know, technically fiction like that, where it edges the line so close to totalitarianism, like from what we can describe in fiction, even.
Whenever we discover another of these statues,
And what we see is like the worst case scenarios.
close.
Mayhap these statues were erected that travelers might not lose their way.
Assailants, master.
Deal with these bandits on the way to Batal here.
Fear not, safe with me.
Yeah. Because at least you know that's the end of it. If nothing else. Rather than what they're at least speculated to have gone through, because let's be honest, there's not enough information to know for sure of anything that goes on over there just because how tight-lipped it is. But the few tidbits you hear are horrifying enough that I wouldn't wish it on anyone personally. Have our pawn using goblins as makeshift weapons. That too. At least you know what happens in the end. And it's known what happened to you, for that matter. We even go in the right... We are, technically. This will lead to Batal in a roundabout way. Yeah. Well, the other thing with those is, you know, using 1984 as an example of what could be, you know, taking place, there is to prevent martyrs. They basically rehabilitate, and then once, you know, said person accepts, like, in totality, the ideology and everything else that they're being told to accept, well, there can be no martyrs if everyone starts believing their line of thinking.
We wouldn't want to fall from this height.
Proceed with caution, keeping an eye on either side.
That's just what I was thinking.
There we go, got rid of that harpy. We can take care of these golems here. Or, not golems, goblins. There we go.
Together we are indomitable.
Let us aim for greater precision with our next attempt.
And what are the 5 penalties? I have not seen that book, actually. So I'm not sure the full context with it. And yeah, we're going the right way now.
In your purse. Yeah. When I get my hands on you.
There we go. Finally caught up to him.
One of us has been drenched.
Yeah. I kind of figured from the act of change being the act of basically, like, essentially brainwashing. Is the best way to, like, simplify it for people to understand. Yeah. Exactly. Just good old psychology and tricking the brain into, like, changing itself. Yep. It just takes a lot more time. And, you know, it's normally not as nice, or as nice of a way to think about it. I think people would rather that kind of thing be done with implants, if nothing else, compared to the alternatives. Alright. Well, hopefully everything goes well. Catch you later. And we're almost there, though. And we'll just follow the main road here. Kinda. Be taking a shortcut through the canyon here. Looks like that's a pawn we're helping out, but just means we have an extra fighter, if nothing else.
I will use this opportunity
Oh, a lich. Well then. And now that he's casting the summon, we can go ahead and try and interrupt this.
This is just what's needed.
There we go. Cleared out some of the zombies that it summoned.
Are you all right?
Use our charge there to not iframe, but tank through the hit. If it did land. Let's real quick make sure. I think our lantern is out of fuel here. No? Okay.
Curative magics have the opposite effect on reanimating dead.
One that can work in our favour.
Okay. It's just the... I'm guessing I was hitting the wrong button for... Oh, no. Never mind. I remember. I see what I was doing wrong. Wasn't holding the trigger to actually trigger the shortcut. Forgot about that for a second there. But we knocked the Lich down. We can go ahead and do a finisher on him. And see if we can knock him down once more. Not quite. Keep doing Stone Splitter there to try and stun him. And we may be able to reach him with Heavenward Slash. We can. There we go. And there we go. Here's the Lich down. And our pawn ranked up again in the vocation. And this way is the way that we can go to Patal. Alright. In this case, we'll have to fight through what looks like a group of hobgoblins. And some red wolves. And I'm guessing a Elder Ogre too. Oh no, that's a golem. I hear it. I wasn't quite close enough there. Deal with the stunned wolf there.
I'll encounter the same spell, and will overwhelm our foe with our combined magics.
Let my magics grant
And our mages are torching the wolves here. There we go. As for the golem,
We've stumbled stumbled upon a golem.
Oh. Didn't get that off in time to avoid that. Oh wait, yeah, we have to let the pawns get us out of here. Forgot about that. Not like the first game. That's one down. Doing our heavenward slash there. Try and hit that second one. Was also trying to pull on his leg there to bring him down to the ground. By the way, if you see me trying to release it like right as it flashes gold, that's the timing for the charge move. If you do that, they do heavily increased stagger and damage. There we go. Like so. I have to wait here. I think I got a hit on the crystal.
I see it now.
Actually, never mind. Go ahead and climb up and get the stone on his back here. There we go.
First and foremost, you want to lock it off balance. It will prove a much easier target when lying prone.
I'm gonna try and wait for his arm here to be swung. Oh. You get knocked down, but that's fine. He's got a stone on his chest and on his arm. Still, from what I can see. Ow. Go ahead and try and keep him on us. And keep our allies from going down here.
We're under attack.
There we go. One more stone. No, two more. Sorry. Trying to hit the stone through his foot there. I should have waited with that slash. If he lifts up that foot again, we'll be able to strike that stone. Or the magical tablet. We're just waiting for him to raise his foot now. There we go. Like so. Last thing he's got is his arm. Hey, look, a seeker medallion. Or token. And he's enraged. Ooh. He kind of juggled around there. Should be able to hit this though here. There we go. And there's the golem down. Ow. His head land on our head.
Impeccably timed, Arisen.
How unfortunate for us. But that's the golem down.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here.
We won't be fighting the second one. We'll instead be continuing on to Batal.
Got a good view of the landscape. Where the stout undead?
Go ahead and light that undead on fire. Since it's a stout undead, I believe it should blow up. Yep. And we're almost to Batal. I think rather than Heavenward Sunder, we'll go ahead with and equip what, Cloud Slash?
Let me see. Where did I put that?
That's the spirit.
Go ahead and smash their skulls. And there we go. Clear out the skeletons that were right next to us. And we're here. I'll go ahead and place a port crystal here. And you know what? We will call it there, if anything. We made some good progress. We can finish this up next time we stream this. If it'll let us place the port crystal here. I'm guessing because we're technically in combat.
Does that make you be at ease?
There we go.
I bear you come. Let me buy you a drink.
Yeah, we'll let her, you know, treat us to some Batali hospitality. Well, hopefully not the kind they're known for, but some actual hospitality.
Come.
So we'll continue on into the tavern here. And after we let this conversation play out, we'll end the stream there. That'll be a perfect time, I believe.
The people of Batal view pawns with great prejudice. They're even forbidden from setting foot in the cap. Her Majesty, Empress Nadinia, has long been troubled by this custom. But a practice so ancient isn't easily. Many are unhappy about the existence of this tavern, even though it lies outside. I know not what manner of person you are, but if you would aid me in my efforts to, I would be glad to offer you a residence.
Well,
it is a bargain more than fair. For those who
we'll definitely be doing that next time.
Without glad I am to hear it. Simply show it to one of the sentries and you'll be granted entry to the capital. Oh, and they are harsh in their persecution of the pawns, but were they to be aided by the targets of their ire, a simple plan I know, but 'tis the only one available. Also, it's...
Alright. And we'll call it there. Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully all of you enjoyed yourself. We'll be streaming Darkest Dungeon tomorrow and continuing with the Blood Moon save there. I'll let you know when I plan on streaming this next. But I will catch everyone later.